Welcome everyone to For the Love of Wrestling. Here we discuss all things AEW. Ready for a discussion anytime. We'll be able to talk about Dynamite, Rampage. If you guys want to talk about things like Elevation and Dark, that's fine. We can discuss news. I don't really want to do rumors. We only discuss facts here, stuff that's provable. Um, I'm ready for this. Let's play a game of talking AEW. Sounds like fun to me. Yeah, I'm ready for this. I thought the show on Wednesday was fantastic. There was highs and lows, a lot of high points, a lot of really good in the show, a little bit that needed some work. We'll discuss that as we go along, I'm sure. We're going to try and keep this going for a little over an hour, or at least around an hour. We'll target that area and see what happens from there. Apologize for not being on yesterday. I had a lot going on, way too much to get in and do a live stream yesterday, so making it up today. I greatly appreciate y'all showing up. Let's welcome the chat. Anybody wants to chat, feel free to. All chats will be read live on air. There is nothing AEW we can't discuss. We want to keep this to a decent conversation, though. I won't read anything out that is inappropriate. I just won't do that. But let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get a few people message in, and let's read them out. We'll discuss this, and we'll have a good discussion. We'll have a good time talking about pro wrestling. All right. If you want to throw in a little of the WWE stuff, that's up to you. I'm not going to bring it up on my own. I don't really care about WWE. I don't really pay much attention, if any, to their product. There's a few little discussion points in there I wouldn't mind touching on, but for the most part, I don't watch much of their shows, so I catch clips on YouTube, a little bit of this and that for what I might be interested in. Roman Reigns storyline, Seth Rollins. Yeah, I watch that, but that's a YouTube clip. It's not live on TV. Now I've been almost 5 months where I have watched 0 full episodes of WWE Raw or SmackDown. I do not watch NXT 2.0. It's not for me. If you look at the ratings and stuff and the demographics, you'd say, well, yeah, you're right in that age group. I'm close to it, but I still don't. It's not my kind of wrestling. I like pro wrestling. I like all kinds of pro wrestling. I mean, I do watch a little bit of New Japan. I do watch a little bit of Impact. I watch a little bit of pretty much all pro wrestling. I just don't watch WWE anymore. It's not my thing. Not something I care to waste my time on. If you guys could do me a favor, give me a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see when I go live. This is legitimately only my second weekly live stream. I do plan on doing this every week going forward. I would like to say 52 weeks a year. If something happens once in a while, something may come up where I can't make a live stream. But that's just the way life works. I am far from professional. I'm working on this. I do what I can. If we can get somebody in the chats, I would really like to have questions come in. I can't tell you. I'll tell you what. I'll start talking a little bit about Dynamite. I mean, Dynamite. I did take some good notes on there, so I mean, I'll talk about Dynamite a little while. You know, they started off the show pretty hot tonight. Everybody's wound up. They found out that Mox was opening Dynamite tonight. That's a great way to start the show, huh? John Moxley coming out to the ring through the crowd, Wild Thing blasting. What a show. What a way to start the show. Moxley comes out. He's been gone for, 3 months now doing inpatient rehab. I'm glad to see he's looking fantastic, looking more fit than ever. Um, just as over with the fans as ever. I mean, the guy is fantastic. I would love to see. Well, we'll talk about that a little later. Uh, Mox comes out to the ring. He's going up against All Ego Ethan Page. Ethan Page comes out to the ring. They get in. They both look like they're ready to go. I'm thinking it's going to be a great match. I really do. I mean, Ethan Page is good competition. Moxley, well, he's Moxley. What else you got to say about that? He's John Moxley. You know, and he is entertaining, very. He's someone I have paid very close attention to ever since he left um, I've been a fan of his, even when he was Dean Ambrose. I don't miss that character at all. I just do not. I always felt he played second fiddle to Reigns and wow, I'm actually forgetting his name, Seth Rollins. I mean, he was like the third wheel of the Shield. You know, he's the one that always took. Yeah, I'm getting off shots here. We're talking about AEW, not WWE. So, anyways, like I said, Mox makes his entrance. Um, cuts a great probe. Oh, excuse me, I am jumping the gun here. I got into what Rampage was. Sorry about that. Mox comes out the ring to cut this phenomenal promo. Very heartfelt, very authentic. There's something that only Mox could do. You know, it's Moxley. He comes out. The fans are just once his entrance is done and he's in the ring and he's got the mic and he sucks up all the love he's getting. I mean, telling you, he looked great. Like I said, much more fit. Looks he's lost a little bit of weight, but he's Moxley. He's still got that sharp wit to him that I respect. Deep respect for the man. Um, he starts doing his promo, and seconds into it, there's this crazy fan, fan, whatever you want to call him, shill in the audience. He stands up and says, "Get this fucking drunk out of the ring." Moxley, shut the fuck up and get him out of here. You know what? I agree with that. He needed to get out of there. He didn't belong there. Why would you spend your good hard-earned money to go to a wrestling event to welcome somebody back and then you there just to shit on their parade? Moxley went through his demons. We all do. We all have them. And he's out here looking like $1,000,000, all ready to just kick ass. I have nothing bad to say about this. He continues on like a pro. I mean, he is a consummate professional. He carries on, and he talks about being on an airplane and falling asleep, and he's dreaming about being like, I think it was broke down on the shoulder of a road, and he's outside, and he's got this black cloud hanging over him, and that black cloud is a representation of the demons that were after him, and they were telling him, "You think you got all this on your own? You think you could have done this? You think you deserve any of this?" Mox is just like, he's Moxley. He's like, "I'm just gonna kick the demon's ass. I'm gonna." He talks about, he doesn't say outright that it was alcohol issues, but damn, I'm telling you what, the man's he's a gem. Um, he also talks about the scars, that he's got a lot of scars on his body, scars that people can see. And he says, but the ones you can't see, the scars on the inside, the emotional scars, them are the real demons. Them are the ones that you can stand up and don't be afraid to show to the world what your what your demons are. Confront your demons, beat them, and just kick ass on it. He's telling people it's okay. He goes, if you're in a famous place or in a big spotlight, or if you're just Joe Jr. out in the middle of nowhere. Admit to people that you have problems and you have demons. Let them come out and confront them, and don't be afraid to ask for help. It doesn't matter how big or small you are, how large or skinny you are, male, female, does not matter. If you have problems, demons attacking you, don't be afraid to get help. Ask for help. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, and bring out the good out of the people and let them help you. You can't get help if you don't want it. Obviously, Mox wanted help. He got it. But he's looking fantastic. I'm absolutely proud to say I respect this man. I will follow his career for every minute he's on TV. After we get done with the Moxley promo, we jump right into an MJF promo where he pretty much right away trashes on Wardlow. And first he says it's Wardlow. Then somebody says, I'm tongue-tied all of a sudden. He comes in and says that it's Wardlow's birthday. And then he turns around and he tells Wardlow that since he lost, he laid hands on MJF, that he's gonna hold Wardlow's pay. He's gonna dock his pay, but he could earn it all back by winning him the shot at that title for the TNT title. Yeah, well, I think we all know that it ain't gonna be long, and Wardlow's gonna be turning on him sooner rather than later. And we're all looking forward to that moment where Wardlow just kills MJF. I'm just so looking forward to that moment. I'm sure all of you are too. Yeah, I'm just going to continue on from there. After that, we had Orange Cassidy and Statlander versus Adam Cole and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Great match. Very fun. A lot of action, good maneuvering, not a lot of botches. Absolutely wonderful match. Loved it. You guys want to talk about anything I'm discussing, feel free to bring into the conversation into the chat. I enjoyed this match. I really did. Statlander and Baker did good. Cole and Orange Cassidy. Man, those two got some chemistry, don't they? Just like Baker and Statlander. They got great chemistry. These four made for a fun mixed tag match. I enjoyed this very immensely. Adam Cole and Britt Baker end up winning, but I just got to say, phenomenal match. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch this. And go back and watch that Moxley promo. This show, if you did not watch it, go on YouTube, go find it, and run it back on your DVR if you record it. If not, go find it and watch it. This whole show, you will not regret it. It's not a waste of your time. It's one of the fastest 2 hours on wrestling on TV. I literally mean that. Adam Cole and Britt Baker did win. There was a couple of failed moves in there. There was an attempted Panama Sunrise that went into a beach break. There was Britt Baker gets Statlander outside the ring and does a Panama Sunrise out on the entrance ramp. That looked like that completely sucked. Really looked like, yeah, that sucked. There's no way of saying it nicer. That just had to suck. Ending match. Yeah, a lot of interference. A lot of all four competitors in the ring. There's one point in the match where Adam Cole lays on top of Britt Baker so Statlander doesn't come off the top rope and do a frog splash, crushing Baker. Well, she does it anyways and takes Cole down right on top of Britt. Telling you, that looked fantastic. The match was great. I'm open to discussion, so we welcome your chats. Chats are free. We don't have super chats. I'm not a paid channel. I'm not paid for doing this. This is all on my own accord. So let's. I'd appreciate bringing in some chats. Share this link, so get it out there a little bit, so we can get more viewers. And please subscribe. I mean, I could use subscribers. If you give me likes, that helps push this out for people. I am a new channel. As far as a live stream on a weekly basis, I want to do this normally on Saturdays, but yeah, let's keep this going. Let's kind of get this out there a little bit. Next, we're coming up on the Cody promo. Cody Rhodes makes his way to the ring. Would say he's successively ran out there by a shit ton of boos. He cuts this authentic, real, only Cody Rhodes can do it type of promo. He starts out with a very large amount of views. There's a few cheers. I mean, there's some fans that love Cody. I'm one of them. I think Cody Rhodes is awesome. I think he will be, without a doubt, I'm sure that the contract thing with him, this Cody working without a contract thing, I'm thinking that's a storyline. I don't think that's real. I mean, he probably isn't. He probably doesn't have a contract right now, but he ain't going anywhere. I mean, he's one of the founding four of the company. You know, him, the Bucks, and Omega. Without Cody, would AEW even exist? I think not. So, you know, hats off to Cody. You know, I mean, he cut that great promo before the end of this promo. And this was like 10, 12 minutes. Maybe not even quite that long. Yeah, it was awesome. He started to the point where I said he was getting a lot of boos. And by 3 minutes into it or 4 minutes into it, right after a commercial break, he was getting 50-50 cheers and boos. By the time he was done with his promo, he had the fans eating out of his hands. The fucking crowd loved him. He looked great out there. Cody Rhodes knows what he's doing. He is doing what he should do. He's doing what he thinks is best. And honestly, I agree with him. I think Cody is phenomenal. Yeah. Like I said, by the end of it, he's got the fans eating out of his hands. Just everything you could expect out of a Cody Rhodes promo. Next, we have a promo between Anna Jay and Jade Cargill for their upcoming match on Rampage. Anna Jay says to Jade, "You don't know, but I have a dark side." I'm sorry. I like Anna Jay. I think she's an aspiring talent. I think Jade Cargill is fantastic. I like seeing her in the ring. I like seeing what she's doing. She's getting better with her promos. I do not care for her thing with the TBS title with that bitch show. I think that needs to change. I think that's kind of lame. It's below her. She can do better than that. Again, that's a personal opinion. Don't hold it against me. I don't want you guys getting upset about it. And if you are, let me know in the comments. I mean, let me know your feelings. Let me know. Yeah, let me know how you feel. I mean, I would love to know. Then we have a match comes up with House of Black. Wow, I just did it. Malachi Black and Brody King against the Varsity Blondes. Malachi's entrance, in my personal opinion, is one of the best entrances in professional wrestling now. I mean, I literally mean I love his entrance. It is amazing. I love it. Those two guys coming out to the ring, Brody King being the tattooed monster that he is, fits so good with Black. They are just, well, they were, I mean, Ring of Honor days. They were a tag team. I believe that was Ring of Honor. They were a great tag team. I believe they had their little stint in New Japan. Maybe that's New Japan. I don't know. I get a little, I forget sometimes where things were from, but those two have tag team before. They're awesome. They should clean up this division and just make it all about them. Build the division around Black and King. I think that's the way to do it. Varsity Blondes come out. They're looking good. Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., their associate or their cheerleader friend. Oh God, what's her name? Drawing a blank here. I do not remember her name. Yes, I see that Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee match was 55 minutes and 45 seconds. Inspired AEW to form Bryan Danielson. 1 hour match with Hangman Page versus John Moxley rivalry. I kind of do agree with that. That the Luke Harper Dean Ambrose match. I do believe that. Yes, it was 55 minutes, 45 seconds. And I do think that did inspire AEW to form the Bryan Danielson versus John Moxley rivalry that I know is coming up. Their 1 hour match between Page and Bryan was awesome. I mean, that was fantastic. I'm totally in agreement. I do agree with that. Yes, I do think so. It did feel that way. That was like one of my favorite matches of any TV match ever. A 1 hour draw. That was so insane. I loved it. I loved it. And DEVI, thank you for the chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was fantastic. Like I said, House of Black versus Varsity Blondes, kind of jumping back into where I was. Kind of a short match. I mean, what happened was expected. You expected Black and Brody to win, and yeah, they do. They absolutely slaughtered Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman. I do not know what that finisher move is where Brody picked up Pillman and just tossed him at not Brody. There we go. Can't talk again. Where Malachi picked up Pillman and tossed him to Brody and goes into that like slam. That's an awesome finisher. Holy shit, that looks devastating. Looks like something I wouldn't want to feel. That's for damn sure. Yeah, great match. Short, sweet, to the point, did exactly what it needed to do. Please welcome any other chats. Would love to see more chats come in. I will read everyone out loud live on the stream. Now we go to a short promo, Roppongi Vice, which is yeah, I love Trent Beretta. I think he's great. The promo between them, I did not take any notes on it. I really should have. That's supposed to be setting up their match for Rampage. We will talk about that in the Rampage segment coming up here. It won't be too long, maybe 10, 15 minutes. So far, Dynamite was a great show, and it will be, has been great. We lead into a Lance Archer versus Frankie Kazarian. I took 0 notes on this. I literally mean it. I was so into the match. I am a huge Lance Archer fan. Kazarian's great, but Lance Archer is the future of this company. They need to start pushing him, and it looks like he's getting that push. I mean, he legitimately dominated Kazarian through the entire match. I mean, 8 minutes, whatever it was. It was fun. It was good to see Kazarian get a little offense in, but Archer, he had control of that match from second one. From the opening bell, it was pretty much all Lance Archer. Gus Kazarian got a few shots of offense in, but the blackout at the end, and Archer beats Kazarian. Right, Victor? I think. I mean, my personal opinion. I think that's the way it should have been. Is there anybody out there that wants to comment? How'd you feel about this match? Did you think it went too long? Was it too short? I think Kazarian should have got a little more offense. I purposely think this was the way it should be. I love just the way it was. And by the way, my chats are on a little bit of a delay, so I will get them as soon as they come in. When they come in, I will read them. Okay, I'm gonna jump on ahead to our next match, which was Sky Blue against Serena Deeb. I like Sky Blue. She's going to be something big in the near future. She's getting better. She's got a long ways to go. She's still really green. Needs to get a little bit better in ring work, and her selling, her facial expressions are right on par. Love it. Good looking talent as far as her talent. She's going to be something. I think. I'm hoping. Serena Deeb is legitimately the woman with 1,001 holds. And she's the professor. She is there to teach these young girls what to do and to make them look good in defeat. Sky Blue is so green yet. Yep, she's had a couple of wins. She's looked good. But give her a year and let's run this match again. I think Deeb and Blue a year, 18 months from now, and see how she's progressed. Personally, I think she will be a bright light of the future. That's what I see in her, at least. Deeb takes the victory with a Serenity lock and submission. Not hard to believe and totally expected. Again, this was a good match. Deeb looks like a monster. She goes in after the win, and yeah, she looks like a beast. She is that unstoppable force right now. And each week she's going to get better. She has had that for a long running for the last, 3-4 months, might be a little longer. She's had this feud with Hikaru Shida. And I'm a big Shida mark. Anybody that knows me knows I love Shida. She is awesome. And she did the job for Deeb a couple of weeks ago. And now she is written off TV, and I think she has some stuff going on in Japan where she has to go back for a while. I really wish her to come back soon. Yeah, that's really about all I've got to say. We're coming up on the main event of Dynamite. Dynamite's main event was Darby Allin and Sting against the Acclaimed. This is where I would have positioned these matches a little bit differently. But it's me. It's me. I mean, the show flowed great, but I don't think the Acclaimed is at a spot where they should be main eventing Dynamite. I mean, they can main event a Rampage, Elevation, or Dark. Absolutely. I don't think they've quite got their moxie to where it needs to be. They need to build it up a little bit more, but still a great main event match. Just, I don't think it belonged on Dynamite. That's just me. That's just me. And by the way, yes, this is an OTS hoodie. I do wear it every week for the podcast. I respect JD. He is awesome. Yeah. I got very few notes written down as I was so into the match. I really could not write down notes. But I will say before the bell even sprang, before the match even started, Acclaimed attacked Darby Allin. They pounded on him for a while, got him up on the apron, put a chair over his head, got him up on the apron, ran him into the ring post. When he landed, my God, I thought he about killed himself landing on that. He landed the back of that chair on his neck. Oh, God damn, I was going to kill himself one of these days. Still respect him. I love Darby Allin. He's great. Him and Sting make a fantastic team. I hope they lead them together forever. I really do. At least as long as Sting wants to do the stuff he's doing. Nice to see him back into a wrestling ring again. Think of all the years that he could have gave us when he was signed with the WWE, that they wouldn't let him wrestle because he was accident prone. Does Sting look accident prone to you? Does he really look like someone that shouldn't be in the ring competing? In my opinion, Sting's one of the greatest of all time. He is the icon. He is a legend. AEW knows how to use their legends. That's just all there's to it. Um, they beat down Darby anyways, and Darby's in the corner, and the ref's talking to him, and he gets him hauled off to the side. He asks Sting if he wants to go on in a handicap format, 1-on-2, and Sting's like, let's do this. Yeah, let's go. And he doesn't waste any time. He's not afraid to take on the Acclaimed. He's ready to do it on his own. 62 years old, that man looks fucking fantastic. Love seeing him the way he is. He's not afraid to get in there and just trounce on him. I mean, he does his shit. I mean, the Stinger splashes, the Scorpion Deathlock. There's at one point during this match where Sting's been beaten down a little bit, but he gets out. He's got, I believe it was Max Caster, was laying across the table. I'm not 100% on that. But one of the Acclaimed was laying across the table, and Sting's walking down the stage. I was like, what the hell is he doing? And he goes out, and he's not too far away from the announce area. And all of a sudden, Sting goes running, and at 62 years old, takes this running dive off the stage, puts that member of the Acclaim through the table, stands up at 62 years old. You don't see guys 32 doing moves that damn awesome. The way he did it, as perfect as that looked. That was perfect. Um, Back and forth match, really good match. Sting looked fantastic. Darby magically reappears out of the crowd. I mean, out of nowhere, and does this jump, and just he comes like a fucking bullet flying across the top, takes out, I believe that was Caster. Nope, that was Bowens. And then he gets up on the top rope, and Caster and Bowens are standing side by side. Coffin drop, splits the uprights with them two, knocks them both for a loop. Man, oh man, high flying. I love that guy. He is awesome. Let's see if we can't get more of this, please. That's it. It's a great match. I love it. Um, yeah, Darby and Sting win this, beating the Acclaimed. Right answer? Yes, I think so. As a longtime pro wrestling fan, that's the kind of ending I want to see to a match like that. Darby is a fantastic upcoming talent. Sting is a legend that's helping spread the knowledge that he's learned over 35 plus years in the industry, and he's sharing all that with Sting, or with Darby. I mean, can you imagine where Darby's going to be in 2, 3, 5 years? I mean, he's got champion written all over him. That goes for the entire 4 pillars that they named. I should actually say 5 or 6 pillars, because there's the Dante Martins, there's the MJFs, like him or hate him. Give him credit. He is great at what he does. You got Jungle Boy. You got Darby Allin. You got Britt Baker. You got Chris Statlander. You got Hikaru Shida. All pillars of that company, 3 women's and 4 men's, and my God, that's a good way to start a company. I mean, realize this company is less than 3 years old. I mean, I believe it was about 3 years ago today, or this month at least, that they announced the starting of a promotion. That they were going to announcing that they were forming a new promotion. They didn't give it an actual date. I think they did say it was All Elite Wrestling, but they weren't sponsored. They bought their first show on their own. You know, the Bucks and Kenny and Cody. You know, they pooled their money and they did this. So, debt of gratitude to them, absolutely. That was the end of Dynamite. Great show. Great show. Please send in your chats. I would really appreciate, ask questions. I would like to talk about your questions, answer your questions, talk about whatever comments you want to send in. I will be here for at least another 25 or 30 minutes, longer if needed. I mean, that's fine. That was Dynamite. 2 hours of wonderful entertainment. Fastest 2 hours on TV. I would really love to see some comments come in. Just feel free to comment. No charge, no super chats, just chats. Let's go on to the Rampage show. I can do a quick review of Rampage too while I'm on here. Rampage on Friday night on TNT opened up with Jon Moxley versus Ethan Page. Mox makes his way to the ring. Like always, Wild Thing plays, the fans eat it up. I got a few comments about this. Mox is phenomenal, awesome, magnificent, great, whatever you want to call him. He is that. Let's do, I'm just going to say it right off, man. Mox is one of the greatest wrestlers to ever grace a ring. Period. I mean, sometime in the future, and I'm thinking the not too distant future, we're going to get a Moxley and Danielson match, and let's take my money. I love that. I wish they'd do that near me so I can go to it, but that's probably not going to be the case. I'm pretty sure they're not going to do that anywhere up around Minnesota. So, yeah. But that's, we'll talk about the match that happened tonight. Mox and Ethan Page. Mox looked great in the ring. He looked like he had to take a little bit to get some of the ring rust worn off, but only in minutes. I mean, 4 minutes into the match, he looked as good as ever. I don't think there's any ring rust left there. I mean, he's only gone 3 months. You know, he's leaner. He's got to get into this new physical condition he's in. He had to learn how to bounce the ropes the way with being fit like this. He's not used to that. So Mox looked good. I mean, he beats Ethan Page in about 12 minutes, I believe it was. And good match. Ethan Page looked fantastic in defeat. He put up a lot of offense. Actually had control of the match a few different times. Looked good. I would strongly suggest anybody out there that wants to see a good fight, get that first match in Rampage. Actually, watch the entire hour of Rampage. For a 1 hour show, it's the shit, man. 1 hour of TV, not a big investment. I'm going to light up a smoke, people. I apologize. That's my own device. I don't drink anymore. I am a sober pulp. But that's enough about me. Yeah, second thing on the show. Oh, I did say Mox wins. I got to finish up this Moxley thing. Sorry about that. As Mox is on his way out of the ring, he's walking through the crowd like always up through the crowd. You know, a Moxley way. He walks right past Bryan Danielson. And the look that Danielson gave him, like, he gives him the nice job, attaboy clap. And he, I think that's Mox's next feud. I honest to God think that's Mox's next feud. I hope so. Like I said earlier in this stream, I'm a huge box fan. I love Brian Danielson, excuse me. Still taking me a little while to get used to it, but I'll get there. I want to see this match. I want to see this match. If it happens at Revolution, that would be fine. Am I ready for it? Not at Beach Break. Next week's too quick. That needs some time to brew. So I'm thinking maybe at Revolution, or if not, I think Tony could push this all the way off till Double or Nothing. I really do. I mean, just think of the promos between Moxley and Danielson. Both of them are good on stick. Both of them are fantastic in the ring. Clash of two different styles? Absolutely. Am I interested? Yep. Take my money match. Yep, all day long. Like I said, I wish they'd do that one up around here, but if that goes to Double or Nothing, we already know that ain't going to be in Minnesota. That's going to be in Vegas. That's where that one happens at. You know, and All Out, that happens in Chicago. Now, we don't get the big four up here. We did get one good pay-per-view up here, and I was there. I was live for it. Absolutely. But match number promo. Promo comes up next. Jungle Boy and Lucha Gun Club. Billy, Austin, and Colton. How the three of the Gun Club beat up on Christian Cage. I believe that was on Wednesday night. And they beat him up a little bit, threw him into the garage to beat him down. And the Gun Club, I think it was Austin, nope, Colton. No, it was Austin Gunn. It said something like to the effect of, is that making a statement? Well, they made a statement, all right. They want to fight. Jungle Boy cut one of the better promos he's cut. He's looking really good. He's looking sincere. Him and Luchasaurus being the tag team champions gives him credibility. I love this. And the only way I want to see the Gun Club on Dynamite or Rampage, I'm not even a big fan of Billy Gunn. I mean, he looks great for his age, but I'm not a fan of Billy Gunn. I'll fairly review him, but I'm not a fan. The only time I want to see the Gun Club on Dynamite or Rampage is in this kind of a match, where it's a 6-man match where it's the full Gun Club, Billy, Austin, and Colton against Christian, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy. That should make for a very entertaining match. Really entertaining. I love it. That'll be fun. And it's one time that Billy can be obnoxious, and I'll actually accept it. And let the ref not be Aubrey Edwards. Please put somebody else in there, because she takes so much shit, especially from Billy. Let's not do that to her. Our next match is Nick Jackson versus Trent Beretta. That's about a 9-minute match. Fun, very good match. Trent looks fantastic. He looks absolutely fantastic. Nick Jackson, he's one of the Bucks. You know he's good. He did good. He put on a good showing. And yeah, about 9 minutes later, we got. I wrote down that Trent Beretta won. I believe that was right. I think Trent did win that match. He looked great through the whole show. Through his whole match. He looked good. I hope he keeps it up. Our next match is Hook. Everybody loves Hook. I don't see it, but everybody else loves Hook. Versus Serpentico. I think we all knew from the beginning this match was going to be a squash match, right? Serpentico, he is not on Hook's level. And I kind of know, mentioning Serpentico, it makes me wonder, we haven't seen Luther for a few weeks. Is his contract coming up? Is he going to get not signed anymore? Did he get injured? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him. I don't know what's going on with him. If Serpentico's on his own, that's good. He doesn't need someone like Luther kicking the shit out of him. I mean, his own partner. I mean, wow, huh? I mean, oddball pairing. But Hook versus Serpentico, 3 minutes. three minutes. And Hook decimated Serpentico. Just killed him. Looks great. Love it. Right winner. Keep building Hook up to be this ass-kicking monster. I love it. He has a look that the people like. He has a... I got something to say about the hair, but I'll keep that to myself. I don't want to draw up a lot of hate on the channel for myself because I think his hair is a little funky, but that's me. Talking, look at this shit. I got funky hair too, so it is what it is. On Hook's exit, he runs into QT Marshall. QT starts spewing a little shit at Hook. Hook takes it for a couple of seconds, then all of a sudden, one suplex later, he's walking over QT and like there's nothing to it. I'm out of here. Perfect way to end that. And I think we see who Hook's next feud's going to be against QT Marshall. That ought to be fun. QT's not a slouch. He's got years of experience. But Hook is being booked devastating. I love it. This ought to be a great match. That'd be a great win for Hook. Hook should beat QT. That's my personal opinion. I speak opinions, and when I have facts, I will explain them and give them to you. Right now, I love what I'm seeing going. And now it's the section right before the main event. We have got Jade Cargill versus Anna Jay, and Mark Henry is doing their little, before he did the split screen interview. And yeah, I love it. It's 30-second spot on the show. And I love his line. It's time for the main event. Love that. I'd hear that every week and I wait for that. They come down to the ring. Anna Jay looks good. She's looking confident. She don't look scared shitless, at least. That's good. Jade comes in exuding confidence. She has that build where she can do almost anything she wants to. You know what I mean? She is just, look at her. I mean, she's huge. She's built. Well, she's a bodybuilder, obviously. She started to look like a champion. I think that Jade did need that TNT belt to make her a real star. I mean, she had the looks, but that belt gives her something that she hasn't had. That boosts her confidence. I still want her to get rid of that slogan of that bitch show. I don't like that. I think that's disrespecting the title, or at least TBS. But hey, you know what? If they're going to let her do it, I guess that's okay with me too then, right? I don't have to like it, but she's doing it. This is a short match. I'm going to say 6 minutes. Anna Jay looked good for the time she had offense. She got some good moves in. She got some really good moves in. What I see out of Anna Jay is improvement. Jade, I'm seeing improvement by the week with her. She has gotten so much better over the last couple of months. And having her get in-ring time, having her get the shine, having her have that title, I think made her to a bigger star. I look forward to seeing more of her matches. As long as she keeps progressing, I'm going to keep liking her more. When she first came in, I didn't think much of her. Same with Anna Jay. I didn't think much of her either. I really cringed when I seen that it was going to be these two in the main event tonight. But all in all, the match put out a decent showing. Neither one of them looked totally terrible. They didn't look completely green. They got a ways to go. Anna's got a little further to go. She's not quite gaining ground as quickly, but she can learn from her boyfriend. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. She's got plenty of coaches. She can learn from Serena. You know, there's trainers and there's people out there with a wealth of experience. That's what wrestling's all about, right? Teaching young ones about how to do the business. Um, that's pretty much my rundown of Rampage. Jade Cargill wins in about 8 minutes. Um, Good match. Awesome show. I loved it. Everything went the way it should. It flowed nice. This match here, I will say this much. As far as for Rampage, if they would have switched the Malachi Black match with the Blondes and put that in the main event and put Jade and Anna where Black was with the Blondes, I would have been more interested in that way. You come in after a hot Dean Ambrose match and a small cool down match, which wasn't really a cool down match. No, they could not have competed with Mox, but they sure as hell would have had a good spot. They'd have had more viewers. More people would have seen the women's match. That's something they got to really work on, getting more eyes on the women's matches. If you put them at the end of the show, unless you've got something very huge going, it's just not going to draw the people. Put them in the middle of the show where they still got a good viewership, and to see if we can't boost this women's division a little. It's starting to show progress. It's showing promise. It's showing that they can do this. AEW's women division is benefiting and growing by leaps and bounds. Let's make this division easily be one of the best in the country. I mean, look at the free agents that are out there. Come on, TK, pick up a few of these. I know you want them. I mean, there's obviously names out there you want. I would say grab them. Pay them whatever they want and get these women. So you got a women's division that is absolutely fit for better than any company. I mean, my lord, the names that are out there as free agents for the women. There's a lot of them. You need to pick up 3 or 4 of them at least. Get them out there and sign them to good contracts, and let's make this women's division the best in the country, if not the best in the world. Remember, all chats will be read live on stream. Anybody chat, you got about 8 to 15 minutes, and I'm going to bounce on out of here. But I'll be willing to take chats. Anybody wants to send in the chats, I will read them out loud on the screen. Let's try to keep them restricted to AEW topics, though. Dynamite, Elevation, Rampage, or Dark. I don't actually do reviews of Dark and Elevation. I do watch the shows. If you guys want to talk about it, I'm here. I mean, put up the chats. I will read them out and I will talk about whatever you want. So let's do this, guys. Let's give it a couple of minutes and let's see what comes in for chats. By the way, what did you guys think of Elevation this week? I thought it was pretty good. I know I don't. I didn't write down the match order. I didn't write down notes for it, but I enjoyed the show. I enjoy it every week. Yes, I write things out old school on paper because that's the way I feel it does the best. You know, I don't throw my sheets away so I can keep and use them down the road and go back and recap things 6 months or a year from now. So, you know, that way when I give you something, it comes out of my notes. It comes out of what I've written down as fact. If you look behind me, you can see I'm a huge AEW fan. I love AEW. Like I said, I do watch New Japan, at least New Japan Strong. Once in a while, I'll catch a New Japan show. I do watch a little bit of Impact. GCW. GCW is awesome. They've got a show today. I don't know if anybody here is going to be watching it. I hope they do. It's probably going to be a damn good show. You get to see Moxley there. You're going to see him there. I mean, they're at the Hammerstein Ballroom. What a great venue. That's got a lot of wrestling history, and that is notorious for wrestling history. I wish I could say I've been there once, but that would be not telling the truth. I have not. I'm looking forward to I'm not watching. I'm not buying the pay-per-view tonight, but I'm looking forward to catching little clips on YouTube tomorrow and seeing what happened, because there's a lot of cool shit going to be happening. Any of you guys see that? What show was on last night? I can't remember what that was called. Adam Shearer, former Braun Strowman, showed up there. I seen his tweet, and he looked so happy. He was so happy, and he gave thanks, and he felt so good about that. I would love to see Braun Strowman in AEW. I would love to see him join up with Wyndham Rotunda. So, that'd be great. If him and EC3 want to go in with Wyndham and create a new faction, and TK had signed them as a faction, I would be so cool with that. I may be one of the rare few people out here that enjoys Braun Strowman. That's me. I like Adam Shearer. I think he has potential. He's a monster. He is that somebody you can put in the ring, and he is believable to kick anybody's ass. I mean, I'd love to see a match between him and Lance Archer. I'd like to see a match between him and Brian Cage. I mean, I could list you off a dozen other people I would love to see Adam Shearer in the ring with. But if he's in a faction with Wyndham, wouldn't that make sense since they were in a faction already together? I mean, the Wyatt family, my God. I miss Luke Harper. Brody Lee, I miss him every day. And I know we just passed just the last month we passed the 1 year anniversary of his passing. That was a sad day. That man is always going to be a part of wrestling history. Legitimately, always. Probably one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. No, I never had the privilege. I did not. I have had the privilege of meeting a handful of wrestlers of the current day. A lot of the older wrestlers back in the 70s and 80s. I've been watching wrestling a very long time. And I've been to a lot of events. But in the last 35 years, I've been to one. I went to one. And I will go to more. All Elite Wrestling has brought my give a fuck, my love of pro wrestling back again to make me enjoy what I'm watching on TV. It gives me something to look forward to every week. Monday nights, Tuesday nights. Most of the time, them shows are an hour long or less. And they're YouTube shows. And you got Wednesdays, Dynamite on TBS, excuse me. TNT, Friday night, after SmackDown. I don't like the time frame, but I love Rampage. They put up a Class 1 show. I love it. They're great. Again, almost an hour into this, I've only had one chat, and that's okay. I had a couple of viewers at one point. I'm off and on. But if you guys enjoy what I do on these streams, I don't watch them live and you watch them back later, that's fine. Please give me a like. And please, please, please subscribe. I could use the subscriptions. I really could use the likes. It does help my channel out. It helps it grow and helps it push out so other people can see this. Each and every week, I will do a live stream. Most of the time will be on Saturdays. But if things get too chaotic or busy on Saturday, I'll have to push it off till Sunday like this week. I apologize for my not being here yesterday, but that was beyond my control. I just couldn't do anything to make it here on time for that. I'm very happy to say I am completing my first hour stream. I look forward to doing this again next week. And I thank you to DEVI again for his message, his chat. That was awesome to see. And he brings up Brody Lee. I'm a mark for Brody Lee. Okay. When Brody debuted in that empty arena, I lit up like a Christmas tree. I lit up like a fucking student. I felt like a kid all over again. And I believe that is the same episode. I think that was. Wasn't there 2 debuts that night? I believe so. Yeah, there was. Matt Hardy and Brody Lee. And yeah, that was pretty much one of the only shows they did in an empty arena. God, I don't miss them shows. I mean, I love the wrestling, but that had to be again, hats off and kudos to the performers that worked through that pandemic era in any promotion and went and wrestled in front of nobody. Impact isn't wrestling in front of hardly anybody now, but at least they're getting out there a little bit. You know, I mean, think of that wrestling your heart out, doing everything you can, and it's an empty building. All you can hear is the thump. You can hear a mouse fart. And my phone is being very obnoxious. I know I'm coming to the end of my stream. So I hope this came across clear to everybody. I thank you again. And just one more time, please like and subscribe. If you share the channel, help me grow, that'd be great. And turn on the bell. Get notified for sure when I upload a new video or when I go live. I really prefer to go live. I like doing this. This can be a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing you next weekend. I try for 11 o'clock ish on Saturdays, between 11 and 11:30, and I will be signing off now. I'll see you next week. Have a good week, and God bless.